Today on the channel, as part of the TNA Jakks Legends of the Ring line, we've got Raven.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jakks unboxing and review. But today, hold up, something entirely different as we're unboxing a Jakks TNA Legends of the Ring figure, and that being Raven here today. Now, most of you guys know this, but if you don't, I'll catch you up to speed real quick. Jakks lost the WWE license in 2010. Who took over for Jakks? Well, it was TNA and Impact. That's where they jumped to. As we all know, Mattel took over the WWE license. Well, Jakks, having one of their very influential licenses, one of their greatest lines of all time, the Jakks Classic Superstar series, they did not continue those over to TNA. I really wish they would have. Maybe they wanted a fresh start. Maybe there was legal reasons. I'm not exactly sure. But for some reason, I felt like they could have carried the name over. They just chose not to. But either way, they decided, hey, we need legends. That worked really well with the WWE. Let's do it with TNA, and we can sign people like we always have. As we know, one thing that was great about Jakks that we don't unfortunately get with Mattel is Jakks went outside the box, signed talent that was not related to the WWE at the time. Maybe not on good terms, whatever it may be. They put them in the classic line. That's what they did here with the TNA Legends of the Ring line. Now, the TNA Legends of the Ring line, I remember seeing it at Toys R Us especially. I don't really remember seeing it anywhere else. And we're going to do a deep dive into these as part of our Jakks Classic Superstars video series. As we've went through every single series, I feel like we have to piggyback with that and do this, as this was the natural succession to the Jakks Classic Superstars line. So if you're interested in this, subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell, because we will be doing a deep dive, and we'll do it just like our Jakks Classic Superstars review, and we'll go through one by one of each figure in the set and talk about it and all that kind of fun stuff. But today, we're here to unbox Raven, and he came in the Jakks Deluxe Impact Series 5 set. Very interesting, and we'll get more into that, of course. But Series 5, they put Ruthless Aggression style figures with Deluxe Aggression style figures. A few head scratchers in TNA at the time, a few head scratchers with Jakks at the time. Very strange, but there was a method to the madness. And like I said, we'll talk about those in those videos. But today, we're here to do it like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So let's take a look at Raven. One of the most underrepresented figures of all times, or I should say characters of all time in wrestling figures. Raven, a main eventer for ECW, very popular in WCW, of course WWE time frame. Going back as Johnny Polo. He's been around a long time. Scotty Polo as well. I've been there since about the beginning with him. I remember Scotty Flamingo days. I remember all that stuff. Him being a cruiserweight in WCW. And one of the few times in wrestling where I was really shocked that, oh my gosh, that is Johnny Flamingo. That is him from back in the day. As Raven now. I didn't put two and two together. It took me a while. So that really tells you how good of a mind Raven is. How good of a character. And his ECW stuff. Man, I was eating that up with a fork and a spoon as a young teenager. I absolutely loved the Raven. I loved him in ECW. The journey with Tommy Dreamer, all that fun stuff. And unfortunately, we just never got a whole lot of Raven figures. Of course, the ECW OSF TM figure back in the day. The best Titantron figure of all time. So good, I do have his Titantron displayed with my Mattel Elites. Can you believe that? This is the only one. And of course, most of you guys maybe have this one. Titantron Raven. Punisher shirt, flannel, leather jacket. The perfect Titantron does exist. As you guys know, I think the majority of Titantron figures are absolute hot garbage, except this one. I do love this figure a whole lot. I hope we get something like this in Elite form one of these days soon. I think there's enough there. Cella, Mattel, maybe we'll get lucky with Mattel, Jazzware. Somebody will get us a Raven. They have to. There is money on the table for a Raven. Give us a solid ECW version, and I can die a happy man. So there you go. This, however, didn't really hit that, and I feel this one was a bit of a disappointment, as we wanted that ECW Raven. We wanted that style. Instead, we got the TNA style with kind of the dreadlocks going on. A cool version of Raven, an interesting part of his career, of course, many matches with Abyss, all that TNA stuff. But being Legends of the Ring, the classic line, he should have been a classic Raven. I do find this to be a bit of a miss here in this line. But that being said, I'm happy to get a Ruthless Aggression style Raven figure at least. We'll count it with that much. So without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging here. Now we got Legends of the Ring, black, red border, yellow, Raven, little glamour shot there. Just, that's not my Raven, but it is Raven. Then, of course, you got the figure. Nice leather jacket here. Of course, he's got his jorts on, his jean shorts, got to. Black boots, a Raven shirt, pretty generic, but you got to, you know, with licensing and everything. Who knows how Jakks ever got one by on this one. Very, very strange. But it happens. It happens from time to time. But interesting packaging, very strange angles on this one. Much like the classic Superstars, very inventive, strange packaging. But it just seems to work, if you ask me. You get a little Raven picture right there. Legends of the Ring on the side. Legends of the Ring on the other side. And then the back of the package, there is no cross-sell, nothing like that. You just got Raven standing there in the ring. You got a little bit of a blurb. Legends of the Ring, of course, this Raven. Now, I said that was part of Deluxe Impact packaging. It was just kind of a one-off, almost like, really much how like AEW is doing it right now with kind of an offshoot LJN figure and supposedly maybe retro-style figures in the future. We'll see. But it is something different. And once again, I'm beating a dead horse here, but we'll talk about that when we deep dive the Legends of the Ring series. But without further ado, I'm going to read the back of the package is what I'm going to do. Raven, one of the most maniacal and sadistic superstars in TNA wrestling history, a former world heavyweight champion, a destiny he achieved by winning the 2005 Slammiversary King of the Mountain match, enjoys the intensity and violence of hardcore matches, not afraid to sacrifice his own body to inflict damage on an opponent. So there you go. That's what it is. And this came out in 2010. So they were already 1 year into the line. They were up to Series 5 already. Jakks TNA days were very interesting, as was Jakks TNA back then. We're getting them out of the package. This is a terribly beaten up package, so I don't feel bad unboxing this one. I would not unbox a minty one of these, and I'd prefer to find one of these loose, but actually I got this damaged card one, cheaper than loose, so you cannot beat that. That's the way to do it. That way you know you got your hands on it for the first time. All that fun stuff. And we're out of the package there. There it goes. See you later. Off to the side. All right, plastic prison for Raven. And there's Raven right there in the plastic prison. You can see the little name card down there. Some people do collect those name cards. Not me, though. Got that there, and see you later once again. Now we get down to the brass tacks. We get down to Raven out of the package, and I gotta say, interesting cloth good jacket here, very pleather-like leather, but very good quality, very good quality. I'd put this right up there with Mattel or anybody making figures today. I guess the only gripe you could possibly have is the coat is a little big on him. This is a Ruthless Aggression style figure, like the Jakks Classic Superstars, like the Ring Rage, Ruthless Aggression, Treacherous Trio, Jakks figures of past. Like I said, during this time this came out, they had moved on to really only making the Deluxe Classic, or I should say Deluxe Aggression style figures, and left these, I guess, to go along with our Jakks Classics in the traditional RA style. So very, very interesting. And one of these days we'll do a video on the channel about the Walgreens RA style Impact Series 1 set. Very, very sleeper set. I'd love to talk about that one day on the channel. So stay tuned for that, I should say. Let's see if we can get this jacket off him. How hard is this going to be? It's not the easiest, I'm going to tell you right now, but it slides off all right. Like I said, this is a nice jacket. This is a very nice jacket. I could see people using this for other things. Great, great quality. I mean, this is better than Mattel quality today's day and age. A lot of money spent on this. Probably cost prohibitive in 2022 as we unbox this one. Then we get down to Raven. If you do come across this figure loose, a lot of times you'll see it just like this. It will be missing the jacket, of course. But you get your typical articulation from Jakks figures. You got the bicep cut. You got the elbow, single jointed elbow, of course. Wrists do move. Hands not replaceable. Head does move. You get waist articulation. A hair loose on this. Not terrible, but a hair loose. You do get knees, no knee pads, anything like that. And then you get ankle rocker, a little bit loose on the ankle there. But not a ton of articulation with these compared to its deluxe counterpart at the time or the Mattel Jazzware figures of this day and age. But still a cool figure. He's got the black Raven shirt. I understand licensing and stuff. That's probably why they did that. Better than just a plain black shirt, so I'm okay with that. I never did like Raven and his dreads. It was always a weird look to me, and it makes him look kind of bald. That's one of the gripes I've always had with this figure over the years, is especially up here. There's some spots where it looks like he's basically balding, so that always looks a little strange. He does have a touch of face paint, and you guys know I'm a face paint guy, but not on my Raven. I just don't like Raven. I didn't like it when he came back to ECW with Dreamer, and he had that like Ohm symbol or whatever it was on his eye there, that like Egyptian symbol or whatever. That didn't work for me. He does have tattoos here. He just got, okay, you got the knife, got to line it up. He's got the dagger with the skull on it going here. And I know Raven has tattoos, but I've never been really familiar with what his tattoos say. But apparently this says, "Rust never sleeps." And that is true. If you've owned old Jeeps like I have, I've owned like 20 Jeeps in my life. At one time I had 14 Jeeps to my name. Can you believe this? What a maniac I am. I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. But rust truly never does sleep. Jeeps, especially back in the day, here in the Midwest, rust on the salts, salt on the roads, just compounding, falling apart on old vehicles. I've had too many vehicles rust out. That's why my Wrangler and my Wagoneer I do not take out in the wintertime. Don't want any of that road salt on them. Anyways, rust truly never does sleep, and it's terrible. You got to cut the metal out. Go a little. I'm not even going to start. Not even going to start. This is an auto body class, but we'll get there. He does got the red tattoo around the wrist tape that is blocked here. I think that is kind of cool. Then he's got his barbed wire around his forearms. I do know that one. Once again, covered with wrist tape. Then he's got a star going on in the back here. So very interesting Raven figure, but a very solid Raven figure. I like it. The jacket especially brings this one to the old next level, if you ask me. But a very, very good figure. And the one I was missing, I think I'm still missing the Hulk Hogan from Japan figure loose. I have them all on card, but I need that Hogan loose. So I'm on the lookout for that. Hopefully I come across that very soon. I will be going to Chicago. By the time you watch this video, unless you're a Patreon member, I probably have already been there. We can hit some toy shops and stuff. Hopefully I can find that one. But very, very cool. 2 Raven figures. Like I said earlier, I hope we get a Mattel or a Jazzwares. We just need some of that classic Raven, and I hope one day that comes to fruition, hopefully sooner than later, because I think most people watching this would love a modern-day Raven figure. I know I would. What's your thoughts on this Raven figure? What's your thoughts on the TNA Legends line? Like I said, check back in the videos here in a couple of weeks. We're going to do a deep dive into that line. We'll probably do 2 separate videos. We'll go through every figure in the TNA Legends of the Ring line. Some interesting commentary with those, I think, that you guys will enjoy. So make sure you subscribe, hit the old notification bell. Of course, give this video a thumbs up. You made it this far, you might as well. And then follow along on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. And then for this video and tons of other videos, giveaways, all kinds of stuff, you can check this out on the Patreon. This will probably be weeks earlier for Patreon viewers out there. It's kind of how we do it. We can only do so many YouTube videos a day, so I stick a lot of those extras on Patreon, and then we get around to it on the traditional YouTube eventually. So there it is. That is Raven. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I am Kyle, and I'm going to see you guys all real soon. Animal is here. He's been unleashed. And the Raven twins are in trouble. Oh, no. He got him. He's going to get him up for the old Batista Bomb. He wouldn't. Yes, he would. He's going to give him the Batista Bomb right here at the table. Oh, no. Batista. Oh.